Welcome to Suredata, Surehajj by Suredata Solutions Hajj application maintenance form. Today we will talk about how to manage the passengers in the Hajj application. We have spoken before about this form in general, the overview of the form, and in a separate video we talked about how to add a new application. This is the third application regarding the form of Hajj maintenance or Hajj application maintenance form. We are now in the form, and suppose we selected the application of that name and we want to manage the passengers. So we click on the passenger. We have only one passenger added here, so we can suppose we have scanned some passports and we want to add a new passenger. First of all, we can add it by entering the data, and that's exactly what we did for Mr. Al-Badawi Sami, Al-Barudi Sami. Now we will find another way of adding passengers. This time we will add the passenger by importing the passport information. So click the passport information. After you click new passenger, click the import passport, and you will have a list of those scanned passports that you did scan, and we will select one of them, for example, this name, and the data is displayed here. Of course, you will have multi names here. I mean, tons of names, hopefully. So you can filter by selecting here, by adding here a filter by like a part of the name, and then click here, and this list will be shortened for you. Now, suppose this is a targeted one. We will select it by clicking OK. It's imported to the system. And as you can see, I've added a flight route to him. So to understand what is the flight route, it's a standard route that is done per year, set of routes, where you can just select it to import the full route, the full flight route, and you can add to it segments or you can remove segments out of it. So we've selected that one, and we will say, okay, let's save that passenger. The passenger is saved and is added to the list. So if you go to the first one, it's as before. If you go to the second one, you will find what you just imported. A third way of importing information is to select from a returning customer. So you can add a new passenger, get an empty form, and you can move to the other to any one of those passengers and click new passenger. You get a new form here, empty form, and you can find passenger among those returning customers like this, and you can write just a part of the name, last name or so, and you can find a find. Let me say find now, and we will select this lady, Mrs. Sophia Shams. I know it's showing in the first application, but as you can see, we are just explaining the system. So I'll select this one and say select. It is selected and its data is returned here. And if the passenger has pictures, it will return as well passport picture and the picture itself. And you can click save to save that guy. I'm not going to save it because it's already saved with the first applicant, with the first application. Now, let's go to the one we just scanned now, and let's see what other stuff can be done to him. You can find here the flight. If you go to flight, you selected the flight of that specific guy, Mr. Khan, and the flight is composed of 4 segments, and one will wonder, where is it coming from? It's coming from the flight route that we just selected when we created this passenger. It imports right away the flight route here. And you can add to the flight route new segments here by clicking new and filling up these and click save. Or you can stop on any segment and remove it, delete the segment. And this way, each individual passenger in the whole application could have his or her own route. Another type of information about passenger is the services. If you click services, it shows here all the services defined for the specific package that you selected for the application. And they are all ticked, so they are all imported automatically when you assign this package to the application. However, each passenger could have his own services, so you can have here more services added showing that are not selected, and you can unselect whatever you want or select whatever you want for the specific passenger. And after you do all these changes, flight services, find passenger, import passenger, all what you need to do is to click save passenger, and the passenger with all this information is saved for you, and you can save it. You can watch it back. You can go back to the main data of the passenger, and you can go back to the main data of the application. Notice that if you go to the accounting, based on what we added, now it's not anymore one person, one passenger. It's two passengers, as you can see, in quad. Both of them are quad, and that's the total statement of account updated. To handle or to manage the payment and the money and the accounting and the discount, this is the topic of another video. Thanks for watching.